It's Dark Matter with Midwest Ghost Hunters at Pythian Castle in Springfield, Missouri. When we got here today, we realized that the front door was locked. Happens sometimes. Sometimes there's a miscommunication, or they forget to unlock the door. So we had to come in our secret way. And when we did, we heard. Well, John heard what sounded like a man,
a guy. Yeah.
And then a minute or two later, me and Hunter heard what sounded like, or I heard a voice. Did you hear a voice too?
Yeah.
Okay, we heard a voice. And then we stepped out into the lobby area to see if, we were checking for a human, honestly, to make sure there wasn't a person that had gotten in. There's nobody here today but us. And I saw this, I was looking in the reflection of a painting that's on the wall. It has a glass cover over it so I could see the reflection. And I saw a motherfucking head walk by. I saw a person walk by in that reflection. It's a painting that's on the wall with glass over the painting. And all you can see is a reflection. And I saw in that reflection a window and a head walk by. My first thought was there's someone walking outside the window. So I had Hunter go over there. And
he delegated other people to go check this out.
Well, I didn't want to move. I wanted to stand where I was standing so I could see the same angle. So I had Hunter go over there and where the reflection would, first of all, that window's 12, 13 feet off the ground. There's no person walking around out there. But where that head would have had to have been, when Hunter stopped, it was like literally 12 feet in front of me. And it was clear as day, too, in that picture. Because I thought someone walked by the window outside, but that's not even humanly possible. So anyway, the point being, we've had a lot of activity here at the castle today already.
Did the head look at you when it walked by?
It just looked like a person walking by.
Did it wink?
However, I'll say this. It when Hunter went in there and I looked in the reflection, I could see like his face, the reflection of his nose, and I could see his hair. I couldn't see any of that earlier. Or maybe I just didn't look quick enough. I don't know.
This is actually pretty common, normal stuff. I mean, this happens almost every week when I'm setting up here.
Usually John has everything already set up when the rest of us come lumbering in.
And this is actually the norm. I mean, you will hear whispering. You just get to the point to you just tune it out. You just stop paying attention to it because every single week there will be voices. There will be shadows I see. I've had some people. Whenever I came in one time, I had a young female says good morning. Whenever I came in, I mean, this sort of stuff here is not unusual.
Well, it's unusual.
It's not unusual for this venue. I mean, this sort of thing is pretty common.
We've had a lot of people, and now that I say this, it's going to sound like we said all that to build, because we get no kickbacks from Pythian Castle at all. They just allow us to do our podcast here. That's literally it. However, we have had a lot of people email and ask if how to because September, October, man, that's their bread and butter here. Asking about the tours at Pythian Castle, how to get one. We do have that link on our website at mwghosthunters.com. If you go there, it's right on the front page. You can click on the button; it'll bring you to their page where you can set up a tour. Okay, here's the deal: we did do an investigation with 417 magazine. We did that,
but we can't give you the 411.
We can't talk about it
on the 417
because when we did the investigation, they were writing a story about that investigation while we did it, and they don't want us to reveal anything until the issue comes out. However, when that issue does come out, they're going to come be on the podcast with us. So at that point, we can reveal.
That was cool too. I like they were fun.
Yeah, it was cool. At that point, we can reveal what we got during that investigation. Until then, we told them we wouldn't release.
We're under an embargo.
We told them we wouldn't release anything until that. So we're hanging off on that stuff.
October sometime, right?
I don't know exact. Yes, but I don't know how their issues run. Is there like an October issue, a November?
Yes.
Okay, so
monthly.
It's monthly. So yeah, I don't know when that'll come out.
In October.
Well, I know, but does that mean it's stacked up in the dentist's office ready for me on October 1?
It will probably hit towards the end of September.
Okay.
And you can go other places besides the dentist office to get it if you want.
Yeah, it is. It's all over. I just said the dentist office because that's where I tend to thumb through it. Anyway, when they come in on the podcast, we'll play all that stuff and we'll talk about that investigation. And like Dustin said, it was fun because they hung out there with us. Was there three or four of them? I don't remember. There were 3,
2 to start, and then 1 showed up later.
Yeah, that's right. What was funny? What'd you laugh about?
Could you remember how many people were there?
Well, I wasn't over there with them. Me and Hunter spent most of our time over in that. Well, I can't talk about it. I can't talk about that because that's going to give away. All right, never mind. We'll go over that whenever they come in, and that'll be coming up pretty soon. In the meantime, we do have an investigation that we're going to do next week in Springfield, downtown, at 417 Tap House. So it's in downtown Springfield. It's an old building. I was trying
haunted pub.
Yeah, it's big too. It's a big place. Anyway, they announced that they are closing. 417 Tap House is closing as of this weekend. So
They did publicly announce that, right?
yeah, it was.
We're not breaking the
No.
news.
It's all. It's yes. I actually read a newsleader online story about it. So they're closed this weekend for good. So we only have through next weekend to do the investigation there, and we want to do that investigation because that building has been known to be haunted for a long time. I can't think of what else has been what other businesses have been there before. Tap House has been there for like a decade, so it was something before that. But I was kind of looking through the history here of the property. It's been investigated before too, not by us, by another group in town. They did an investigation 4 or 5 years ago. And here's kind of what, this is not their synopsis. This is not that group's synopsis. This is just the synopsis of the building. So it's supposedly it is haunted by the ghost of Dr. Bartlett. Dr. Bartlett owned the property.
Is he friends with Mr. Cusich?
I don't know. I forgot about Mr. Kusich. Anyway, Dr. Bartlett is a portly man, is what it says. So he's a fat dude.
He means he's a fat dude. Yeah. Portly is a very nice way of saying
we can't body shame Dr. Bartlett in life or death. But anyway, supposedly it's haunted by Dr. Bartlett. And the other group that was there, I can talk about some of the investigation that some of the evidence they caught. I'll just talk about a couple here. I'm not going to go through and play other people's shit. But they caught a video of lights swirling upstairs, and then they caught an image of a heavy-set older man appeared to be looking at a device. Logic would tell me that was probably Dr. Bartlett. I don't know.
Or a reflection in a window.
Or it could be that, yeah.
What are the claims that they have? I mean, you're saying it's haunted by Dr. Bartlett. Okay, well, what have they seen? What are
He
the
gives
things?
free medical advice to people.
Well, people need it.
Well, see, that right there tells you this is not real.
You have a lump in your mouth.
If you got a doctor in there offering free medical advice, I'll tell you, this is fake right now. I mean, that's not happening.
I don't know. I know
need a CT scan.
Well, they've had normal bar ghost stuff, stuff being moved, broken, voices, shadows, nothing over the top or demonic, if you would. They've had activity there for years.
Is this a bar and a brewery?
I think so.
just a
I
bar?
don't know. I honestly can't say. I don't know.
I've never been
In
there.
my mind, it was also a brewery, but I don't know that for a fact. I know it's a big place, so it's it's going to be it'll be interesting, and we're going to try to do it a little different this time.
How so?
We're going to start early afternoon when it's still daytime.
I thought you meant like different, like we're dressing up or so. I didn't know what you meant.
We're going to do it in the nude. We're going to do this
That's where
investigation.
I was going with it.
It's going to be different.
Yeah, getting there early. Okay.
See, I think that in this situation, normally when we would go to places, you would do it late at night, not only because it's cooler, but because there's less noise from the outside. But you're looking downtown Springfield at a bar thing, you're going to have less noise in the middle of the day than you do at night.
Well, we have a couple of streams of logic here. One of them is that we've never really done an afternoon investigation like that before. And we've proven today that activity happens whether it's dark outside or not.
Right.
But the second piece of logic that we have, there is going to be less noise during the afternoon than there will be in the evening. And she said we can stay as long as we want. So we'll stay, as long as we need to. Okay, so it is on Jefferson. Okay. So yeah, it's going to be much quieter in the afternoon, and and we can make it as dark in there as we want anyway.
Let's go ahead and announce that this will be our first investigation with this will be news to you guys, but we're going to have video.
What?
We're gonna have video of the whole investigation.
Oh,
Are you
talking about John's video?
No, additional video.
Okay, are you going to have video by next weekend?
Yes.
Like that? Okay. Well, that will be awesome if we do.
I will.
That'll be awesome.
Chris's reaction.
I don't like to.
I didn't know what you meant. I was confused because we've had video for a while.
No. This is gonna be like think of it like when we podcasted the investigations only on video.
Oh.
So we're gonna have a whole
Are we
new
going to do
video
that?
series.
That'll be awesome. We need to start doing that. We got to start catching up to some of that shit.
Yeah. Well, we're starting now.
Because we do have, and it's not like we're tap dancing monkeys here doing whatever, the audience wants us to do, but we have had a lot of people ask if we're ever going to do like a a YouTube type thing, and a lot of groups do those.
We are starting now. Tap House will be the first one.
Okay, that'll be cool. Who's going to do all the video editing and everything?
It'll be split. The duties will be split between me and Hunter.
Did you just learn of this?
No, Hunter and I have been talking about this for a long time.
I didn't know we were committing to it just now.
We're going to do investigations, and then eventually, once we get enough cameras, we're going to start videoing the podcast and uploading it to YouTube too.
Well, getting the podcast on there would be awesome, but getting the investigations on there would be I prefer to start there.
We can do that.
We say we're going to these places to investigate, and they picture, I'm sure they picture like what they see on TV happening, but that's not true. We fuck around a lot more.
Well, I think it's more fun.
Yeah.
I think what we do is way more entertaining.
It is. Yeah. Well, it's we did an entire podcast about that. We're gonna entertain
film,
ourselves.
We're going to film the setup and stuff too.
Okay.
We'll explain.
Who's
the tools we use.
our cameraman?
I believe it's going to be split between Hunter and I.
Okay. Well, you guys handle that, and I think that'll be awesome. So Tap House will be the first one. That's next weekend. What are you pointing at?
I was going to include John, me, Hunter, and John.
Oh, well, John has his camera strapped on. He's got a strap on.
Yeah, John's got a strap on.
God damn it.
I have a body camera. Yeah. To let people know what this is. And the body camera is actually pretty cool too. But as I sent Chris,
it'll be cool to see the footage from that.
Well, he sent me some. It was really good. It was good.
It actually turns out really well. And I told Chris, I said, the only thing is, it feels like I should be chasing somebody down an alley, saying, "Stop! Stop! Stop!
Let me see your
hands! Hands!
The quality was good.
So have you been drinking tonight?
417 GH search warrant.
It is, and that's actually, they're laughing at this, but that's actually the exact same body camera. It's actually one that's made for cops to wear.
They have great quality. I watch a lot of body cam footage.
I don't want to turn this into things we're going to be doing at some point, podcasts, but we do each need to get one of those.
Yeah, we do all need to have one.
I agree, because John's...
Because if you were wearing one out there, we would have seen the floating head.
I know. John sent me some clips from his video camera at 417 Magazine, and the quality was really good. It really was. It was better than I thought it was going to be.
Right, and I had it turned all the way down. That's the lowest quality setting.
For storage?
Yeah, and I thought, well, you know what, we've never used this before, so let's just turn the quality all the way down. You crank up, it will go up to, I think it goes to like a 4K. I think it can do
4K,
that.
Probably 4K, but you probably can get like 30 minutes of time.
Yeah.
But that'll be awesome, though. Look, I've been very open many times for many years about the fact that I don't know anything. I can do audio editing in my fucking sleep. Video editing, I can't. I don't do it. I don't know how to do it. I took video editing as part of my communications degree at Missouri State, and I fucking hated it. I dreaded that class. I hated it.
I've done it amateurish, off and on.
I enjoy it. I think it's fun.
It's kind of fun. Depends on what you do. I think I over edit too much, so I think doing something simpler is a lot more fun, probably.
Well, that was that's actually what I found I was doing too, was over editing. Yeah.
It's easy to do when you got a whole bunch of tools at your disposal.
And then I just get pissed off, like, fuck it. This is stupid.
This clip's not as good as the last fucking 7. I'm quitting.
Anyway, that'll be cool if we can get some video and get some of that, because we got to have a better YouTube presence.
Well, if I say it here, I got to do it. So,
well, we've said a lot of things here that we've never done.
Well, now it's for real. For real this time.
We were going to do a scary movie review.
I was talking to Jenna.
I still want to do that, though.
I was talking to Jenna about that yesterday or the day before. I don't remember. And she's like, Dustin really wants to do that. I was like, I want to do that too. I think that would be awesome.
It's just getting the time to do it. Like we barely can schedule investigations where everybody can show up.
I know. I mean, we'd have to schedule it like an investigation. And I don't want to do a podcast of us scheduling shit.
Let's do it right now. When are you guys open?
For people who don't know, what we're talking about is we were hoping to carry our sparkling senses of humor over into another format, which was kind of like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 type thing, watching paranormal shows like Ghost Loop or whatever. Or horror. What'd you say?
Horror.
I thought you said porn.
Probably not.
We'd have to make that a separate YouTube channel.
I don't think that could go on YouTube. That'd have to be a different platform.
So watching like paranormal shows or horror movies, B horror movies, because I watch that shit anyway.
Oh, bad horror movies are my
I love them.
fucking
So
jam.
I was setting last week at one point, I had a few extra minutes after lunch. I have a TV in my office, so I turned on the one of those paranormal channels or something, and there was this group of people that were looking for the chupacabra.
Yeah,
and I was treated to the dumbest 20 minutes of TV I've ever seen in my life.
Did they find him?
So what do you think?
I've got a guess.
They put a cage out in the middle of the forest with like steak in it.
Did they do this in Mexico?
I don't remember. I caught
Texas?
it mid. I didn't see the setup. I don't know where they were.
Chupacabra is a Mexico slash.
I would
South
be
Texas
willing to
thing.
bet almost anything that they weren't where they said they were, wherever they said they were.
So
They weren't there.
They thought they would nab Chupacabra with a cage and a steak.
They were all sitting outside with their
Probably.
night vision cameras pointed at their face and whispering things. And, oh, did you hear that? Oh, that wasn't a coyote.
Probably in the middle of like Ohio or something.
Yeah.
That was the choop.
The Chup.
And it was just really,
That
really,
was
really dumb.
probably that was probably Travel Channel.
And they were
you were
taking.
watching?
See, that's the thing. They were being 100%. No, they weren't trying to have fun. They weren't like.
Yeah, I know.
Humor.
And
they were being for real.
but my question is, when we start
Cabra 2 clicks northeast.
when we start talking about putting our shit on a video on YouTube, is the serious take yourself seriously? Is that what people want, or do they
Oh, you
want
mean
our
like-
brand of bullshit?
No, we've got a healthy mix of both, I think.
I was thinking, we need to try and figure out where we want to tread the line between humor and.
Well, and because here's what I'm thinking. Because I used to watch this show on Travel Channel called Destination Fear, and I loved it. They weren't too silly, they weren't too serious. It was right in between. Since it got canceled by the Travel Channel, and now they're producing their own show, which is wildly popular on YouTube. They're getting more. Their incomes increase since they've gone off Travel Channel to YouTube.
That happens a lot.
But now they don't have the Travel Channel editing it together and doing all that. They're doing it themselves. It's almost too much for me.
What do you mean? In what way?
The silliness that they bring.
Probably just like really fast paced, over the
Well,
top.
I don't think we put
energy.
any mask on. I don't think we try to do anything different. I think we just do what we do. And
Yeah, I agree with that.
because I think trying to do something different is going to make it like not
The
authentic.
thing about editing is that people don't know is that each editor has their own little style.
Well, and I wasn't. Here's the thing though. When Destination Fear was on Travel Channel, it was still edited by them. They had editing rights. They edited it then. They're editing it now. So the editing style is the same. They're just putting a lot more of the here's us goofing off and being real loud in a hotel room the night before stuff. And it's almost too much for me. It really is. So we'll just have to. We'll do what we do.
I mean, we don't just completely mess around the whole time.
No, we don't at all.
That's what I said. There's a healthy mix.
But we do keep it light, or otherwise it would be miserable.
Anyway, okay, so that's going to be next weekend. It's 417 Tap House. Let's talk a little bit about. I don't even know how to tiptoe into it. Let's talk a little bit about bullshit evidence.
Okay. I like bullshit evidence.
And I don't want to talk about anything specifically. You know what I'm talking
I
about.
know exactly where
I
you're
think
going.
I know what you're talking
Because you and I
about.
had this conversation last night.
Yeah. And I don't know how to specifically get. Yeah, I heard that. What was that?
I heard
was
that through the
that?
headphones, but not through my ears.
Was that like a chime? Or what was it?
like, ooh.
Yeah,
You marked that for sure.
Fuck.
I did.
That was weird. I heard it through my headphones, but I don't have my headphones on.
You heard them hanging there?
Yeah.
I heard something there. I couldn't tell what it was.
Fucking banshee squeal.
It was Chupacabra.
Well, it wasn't a dog. 'Cause I don't have my headphones on.
I think I can try to set this up for Chris.
There's no dogs
There
here.
are specific paranormal groups that go out, and I'm not going to name names, but they will use tools that will enhance the opportunity for them to capture ghosts. And these are things like the word generators that will go into a room.
Yeah.
You'll wander in, and they'll be sitting in a room, and it will say abandoned. Oh, well, clearly you were abandoned as a baby, and
This is an orphan.
Well,
right, yes.
Yeah. And
This is an orphanage,
here's
so
why
therefore-
here's why we're bringing this up. This time of year, August, September, October, all these new groups will pop up and then vanish. So there have been a bunch of groups pop up, and I'm not going to talk about any specifically, but I just wanted people to know what we consider bullshit. evidence. And one of those is a word generator, because the theory is, it's not even a theory. The idea is that the spirits can get in and manipulate this. What is it? Do some of them even do it on their phones?
Well, there's ones
Or
that
they have
that
a machine.
There's both.
There's both. You can have an app
There's both. There's apps that will do that, and then there's also things like the K2 meter type of thing that they'll carry.
Communication through electromagnetic frequencies, right?
Well, that's the idea.
Yes, but this is actually one step beyond what used to be called a Frank's box, where the idea behind that was that you would listen in the white noise, and that's the way it goes with communicate.
Radio cycling through AM stations.
Right. Now, the problem with the Frank's box is that there are words that you're going to hear. There are words, but they could be coming from AM. They could be coming from FM radio stations.
They
There's
could
any
be
number
coming
of things.
from a fucking trucker on the
Yeah,
interstate.
a walkie-talkie. I mean, there's words there, and so that's why we don't use that. But then there's the word generator, and the word generator will just literally, you'll be in a room, and it will just throw out things. And they'll ask questions. They'll say, how long have you been here? And it will say, fridge. Or something, and then they'll say, "Oh my God, you died of hunger because you couldn't eat."
Or you've been here since the fridge got here.
Right. Yeah. I mean, these investigators will make these connections. They will force these type of connections for things that aren't even here. Now, what it does do, though, it does create a good show. And if you've got a YouTube channel, if you've got a Facebook Shorts, if you're doing TikToks, it will, in that second, it will make it appear that, hey, this is real paranormal activity. It's a good show.
That's the best example of bullshit evidence.
I wanted to make sure before we go video, putting videos of us up there, people know what we're not going to have.
But dude, there's there's footsteps, pops and clicks, knocks that 9 times out of 10 we can't include as part of evidence because we can't absolutely say for a fact whether it was us or not.
If you look at those apps, those word generator apps, or anything, if you actually look at, I saw something once online where somebody went in and analyzed the code of this thing.
Really? That's interesting.
And what it does, what's actually happening behind the scenes, whoever developed this app.
Completely random, right?
Some of them just pull from a dictionary.
Yeah.
But others will listen and you say fridge, and then it might get words that are related to the fridge.
Cold. Yeah.
That's
and then
not even that hard to do, actually.
So
that's not hard to do at all. Your phone did that earlier.
It's just it's almost like
it's playing to you.
Yes, it's a game.
Well, and the whole reason we bring it up is because for us, anytime we see, and we've been doing this a long time, anytime we see a group that is using a word generator
and or a Frank's box.
Although I think the Frank's box is, I would say it has at least more credibility.
Well, and I was going to say, we were never successful with the Frank's box, but I've seen some YouTube stuff, and I've seen some in various places where people have got some Frank's box stuff where it's holy shit.
What Tyler said, we throw out footsteps and stuff, and what John said, that Frank's box could be picking up, it might have said something really creepy, and it might even have answered your question somehow.
Yeah.
But there's no way to know if that was actually picked up from a rogue way.
I mean, it could have also been a Kellogg's commercial.
It could. Now, I will say, though, that I will still say the Frank's box is not
It's better than a word generator.
Yes, it's not on the same level, but it has its own bag of problems.
I don't think we should use it.
We're not.
We
And
don't.
with a Frank's box, the device is not producing anything.
No, it's just scanning.
It's an appliance.
It's a receiver.
However, with the word generator, the thing you're holding is the thing producing. I don't know. Anytime we see
bullshit.
a group that's using a word generator, it's just okay, they have not been doing this very long.
Well, or they're doing this to generate content, because it will create things that are interesting. Because if you shoot enough videos with these guys out here doing cameras, if we take a word generator in and we sit here and use it, there's at some point in the night, we're going to come up with a creepy correlation that we can use to create a 10-second video that shows that we caught this incredibly awesome ghost down there. Now, did we? No, but it's going to show that.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, speaking of Project Fear that I was talking about earlier, that's what they call it now that they do it on YouTube, is that's the one thing I don't like about their show is they rely so heavily on that damn word generator.
And the other one, I think the word generator is the most common and one of the worst that you can use. But there's also also groups that will use an app from an iPhone that will come in and they will scan a room and they'll say, well, he's standing right here. There's something
bullshit.
here.
The stick figure thing?
We've done that.
It's not even the stick figure. It's something else. But
like
it's along
radar,
the lines.
like a ghost radar. Remember when we did that entire podcast? We each loaded a different ghost app and just sat there and showed what bullshit they are.
Those are showing up in big TV shows too, though.
Oh, I know they
load
are.
up their iPhone. It's a little stick figure like.
Well, that's the Ovilus. Wait, is that right?
Yeah.
Or is the Ovilus the word generator?
I think the Ovilus may be the word generator.
There's 2 legs sticking up from that window.
But those things are
it's
all
on your
about
shoulder.
Those kind of things are generated to not only capture ghosts, but to capture content and to entertain you, the user. And it's going to make you feel real good because
SLS,
if you're sitting there in a room and you're trying to record stuff, that's horrible. I mean, it is a horrible way to spend the night, and then you come back and you spend the rest of the night listening back to the audio, and then you're saying, okay, is this people that are tagging along on the investigation? That's not fun. But if you go into a room and you activate the word generator and you say, tell us why are you here? And then they'll say, lonely. Oh my God! You are so lonely, blah, blah, blah. And I love to watch these guys and laugh and send the information to Chris.
At that point, the investigators are only playing a word association game.
That's what I mean. It's a game.
Yeah.
This is for high schoolers in an attic on a weekend with a candle in the middle of
I'll tell you where this would be fun would be if you did say that you were a group of high school kids and you got together and you took a tour of a ghost tour here at Pythian Castle and you wanted to be paranormal investigators and capture ghosts. Load those word generators, go through here, and then do your little sessions with it. Mm-hmm. It's going to give you a ghost.
Yeah,
it will.
No different than the kids getting together and doing a whatever the hell they do. The light as a feather, stiff as a board shit.
Right.
I mean, if you want to load that up for fun and do it, you're gonna see something. However, if you're a group that's going out and using these word generators, I immediately flag everything you've got as bullshit.
Yeah, I do too. I think that's wrong, and I think that it's good to, if you are a true fan of paranormal, the closer we get to Halloween, Chris is absolutely right. All of these guys are going to jump up, and there's going to be people using word generators. There's going to be people using ghost apps that are here. They're going to be finding it because it's something that is very clear. One of the problems you get into with even the audio that we've had, I've had people telling me before, man, I tell you what, that ghost sure was hard to hear. Well, I'm sorry. That's the way it really is.
Yeah,
that's the way it is. I mean, it doesn't, very rarely, other than the Charlie Chaplin one, I knew him, very rarely is stuff super crystal clear. It's always this...
Yeah, it's going to be buried usually.
I've never understood what something is saying until I replay it like 4 times.
And even at that point, you have to think, well,
I'm not even sure.
I think it says...
The amazing thing about it isn't that you can tell what it says. It's the fact that it's there at all.
Well, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And I've had somebody once tell me too that I worked with. I was like, they're just all so hard. Yeah, like kind of like what you said. They're all so hard.
It's hard to hear.
And I'm like, well, that's not the point. The point is there was nobody in that closet, and we heard a voice coming from.
Right. Yeah, that's right. I just kind of wanted to hit a little bit of this stuff before we go putting our stuff on YouTube because I don't want people to be like, well, you're not even using the right equipment. You're not using the
and if you look at a lot of the different ghost groups that show up on here, a lot of these guys and gals will actually have some decent cameras and things of that nature, but a lot of the video they show is of them actually doing the ghost hunt, and the reason why they're doing that is because they didn't get anything.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean,
and there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying that's a reality that goes in there, and if you're wanting to see that, you're probably not going to see crystal clear video of a lot of things. That's
where we're going to step in with our YouTube channel and fill the void. When nothing's happening, you're at least going to see Tyler lift his shirt up and play with his nipples.
You will probably see that.
You will. I mean, that's a guarantee.
I love that.
Look, I mean,
I've got so many pictures of you with your shirt lifted up for no reason.
So, okay.
And how do you follow that? How do you follow that?
Think, if you picture in your head what it looks like at like a laboratory that's studying like space weather, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody looking at the sun and looking for coronal mass ejections and stuff. And you got 5 or 6 guys sitting by computers all day. Do you think they're just sitting there talking about coronal mass ejections all day?
No,
they're fucking around.
And I'm not.
One of them is lifting up their shirt and playing with their nipples.
I'm not apologizing.
That's probably the smartest guy in that room.
I'm not apologizing for our behavior at all. I'm just saying we don't take ourselves real seriously.
I'm not apologizing. They're my nipples to play with.
But whenever it's time to investigate, we investigate.
We do.
Just know what to expect.
And when the son actually like burps out a big thing of molten gas,
Then they get down to business.
I'm sure that he stops playing with his nipples and he starts looking at the screen and doing his job. But I'm sure they have some fun, you know?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be very boring.
But I just want to make, we're not going to have word generators. We're not going to have SLS cameras. We're not going to whip out our phone and use a fucking app.
But we might whip out our nipples.
We might whip out stuff.
How about we? But yeah.
There might be stuff whipped out. But it will not be. But it will not be a word generator or an SLS camera. SLS camera, by the way, and I had to Google it just now to remember what the fuck it's called. It's that thing with the stick figures that we were talking about earlier.
And those things, by the way, are very expensive.
Oh my God, they're thousands. I looked once, not
Thousands?
to buy one. Yes.
Those things are thousands of dollars.
Those SLS cameras?
You could actually go in and buy a GoPro unit, the handheld stabilizer, and a light kit, which by far is a better paranormal investigating tool than that thing is. By far.
That's wild to me that those are thousands of dollars. I thought that was a $1.99 app that you get from the.
Well, you
You can get one. And by the way, it's
going
going to do the same thing. Your $1.99 app is going to do the same thing.
probably with close to the same code.
Yes, it probably is. Maybe the same people even used
It
it.
may even be better code.
That's right.
Hunter, are you able to look one of those up? I'm trying to do it here, but maybe they're not as much as I thought. I know maybe I'm confusing them with the price of the FLIR because I know those are crazy.
Those are crazy for a reason.
that
Fucking
would
military
actually be
uses FLIR cameras.
That's pretty cool. Like
That kind of stuff, that's respectable.
yeah,
because
that's
you're,
different.
because you're
That's
actually
different.
like measuring and collecting data that's
Yes,
useful.
that's measurable data like body temperature and whatever.
There's one on Etsy that shows the stick figure, and it's $300.
Okay, it looks like they're $300 to $700.
Yeah,
then.
we've got FLIR cameras on the nation's best fighter jets.
Yeah,
that measure atmospheric drag, speed, distance,
That's how
velocity.
we've caught a bunch
that's
of
a
our
real
good
deal.
UFOs.
My whole point in bringing it up was to start just talking a little bit about what we consider bullshit equipment and what we consider legitimate equipment.
I consider legitimate equipment being cameras and audio collection, and that's just about it.
You know what? We could talk about that next time. Even.
Okay, we'll pick it up from there next time.
More Dark Matter next week from Pythian Castle in Springfield, Missouri with Midwest Ghost Hunters.